Is this thing on? Using a troll pad is so much easier. So, who would you say your best friend is? My best friend Solix, of course. He's so level-headed and way more level-headed than Iridan, and we can talk about anything. How do you like to spend your free time? As the heiress, I have a lot of free time when I'm not trying to do what I can to keep my Lucius's voice quiet. So I play with my cuttlefish. I have almost 100 of those now, and they're so much fun. They're so cute and cuddly. I used to talk to Iridan a lot, but all he talks about is krilling land dwellers. I talk to my Lucius and Solix now. What do you think about Spurb, or Scrub? Well, in my case, Scrub. And I thought it was great at first. I thought that if we used Kanaya's Matriarch, then we would be able to start all over again, and we'd be away from her imperious condescension, and I would finally get to be the Empress, and I thought it would be so much better that way. Everything changed when Jack came. I don't regret what happened in the end, though, 'cause it's the Alpha timeline for a reason. What do you like about whichever strife specialist you use? Oh my god, I love my trident. I can throw it, and it's so light, and it's efficient of an Empress and everything, and I like it so much better than a gun because it's easy to hold, and oh, I love it. Is there anything you're afraid of? Every guppy's afraid of something. All my fawns are afraid of my Lucius and her condescension and the dark gods. But with the dark gods and my Lucius, and they're so shelly. What I am afraid of is becoming like her condescension. When I look at what she does, I would do everything different. But I'm afraid that someday I might just lose my way, and I'll end up becoming like her, and I don't want to be like, and I don't want to be a dictator or anything. I just want to be a good Empress that listens to her people, and How did you meet your fawns? I met Iridan when I was going to find food for my Lucius, I mean, and I saw him shoot down a whole whale. He's told me later that it was because he was testing out Ahab's crosshairs, and I thought it was really spectacular, so I asked him to help me find food for my Lucius when he could, and we started talking to each other, and then when he told me about his doomsday plans, I decided he needed a Moirail. I met Kanaya when Iridan was telling me about Vriska's level-headed Shade-Blood Moirail. So I asked him for her Trollian, and we started talking, and I really liked her immediately. So I met Solix when I was having some trouble with my troll pad, and Kanaya told me about Solix. Iridan told me not to ask him for anything at all because he said that Solix was just some low blood trying to cheat me out of my money. But I looked for Solix and them anyway. And I'm really glad I did. He fixed my troll pad, and we became friends immediately. What do you think of your guardian / Lucis? Every guppy's afraid of her, but she's my Lucis and I love her. Oh, I believe in caste equality. Oh my gosh, do I believe in caste equality? Because I don't think that any guppy should be discriminated against just based on their blood color. Like Solux, he is a great programmer and a much better programmer than a lot. But he'll never be anything more than tech support just because his blood is gold. When I become Empress, that's one of the first things I'll do. I'll get rid of the whole caste system. And it might take some time for the discrimination to go away, but I'll never agree with it, ever. How would I react to running late for a meeting with Franz? Well, it's not like I could go back in time and be there on time, so I would tell them that I'm running late, and I would be really sorry when I got there. I just entered the medium and arrived on my planet. Well, the land of dew and glass is really pretty, but it's not dangerous. So I would go and look for some of my friends, and maybe I could help them with whatever they're doing, like Solix in the land of brains and fire. You're facing an enemy that's clearly too powerful for you to defeat. Well, however scary I still have to give it my best shot. Cause I just have to keep trying. And me, I'm the Witch of Life, so I could go and try and keep every guppy else on their feet for as long as possible. You've just seen your best friend die. Well, I'd corpse switch him first, cause then their dream self would be able to survive. Then after that, I'd try to help everybody else defeat whatever it was that's trying to kill my friend. Some guppy has played a prank on me. Well, that wouldn't be very funny at first, but it'd be pretty cool once everything's over with, and cause it'd be funny in hindsight. You're chatting with some guppy that you admire and you're chatting with them for the first time. Oh my god, if I met Mina's ancestor? Whoa, she's like me, but just the Empress, and I would be able to ask her about ruling and lifelong Befris and how it's like, and I would be able to learn so much from her. You've just learned that something you thought was fake is actually real. Well, I know her imperious condescension is real, but ancestors like Mind Fang and Red Glare, they just seem a bit too much like another reason to flarp than actually like ancestors. But if they were real, then it would just be old history, and Vriska and Terezi would be so much cooler. Alright.